Yo, what's up guys? It's your boy Control. Today we're doing a meme streets of Gadgetzan review from a wild perspective. So that means that I'm going to be thinking about all these cards from a wild perspective, just thinking how they could fit in current wild decks or build new ones. Rather than most people, you'll be seeing standard reviews, so I try and do something a little bit different here, as I have been playing wild mode a lot recently, so we're going to just jump right in. I have reviewed a lot of these cards already, about 40 or so, and then another 40 or so on stream. But I decided to just do it all in one video, just redo my first review and yeah, just get it going. Okay, so let's jump right in. So Mark of the Lotus, this card just screams Egg Druid to me. I think it's gonna be great in Egg Druid, and yeah, I'm really excited to play with it. I'm not too sure what to cut for it. I'm kind of leaning towards Abusive Sergeants, but that might not be right. But I'm definitely interested to test with this card. I think it'll be pretty good in Egg Druid. Going wider and buffing your whole board is always great. Could give you a little bit more reach, and at 1 mana, it's really accessible. Just think about Power of the Wild, right? Like, it's 2 mana, choose one, summon a 3/2, which never happens in Egg Druid, or very rarely happens, or give your whole board +1/1. So you basically play another mana for the versatility of getting a 3/2, but most of the time you're going to take the +1/1 buff. So maybe this card will fit in as a 1 of, or even a 2 of in Egg Druid, but nonetheless, I'm very excited to see it, and I will be testing it myself. Okay, Jade Blossom. 3 mana, summon a Jade Golem, gain an empty mana crystal. So this one's kind of interesting. There isn't really decks like Malagos Druid or anything like that. More of the mid-rangey Druid decks in Wild. Really, all that you see right now in High Legend Ladder is Egg Druid or Beast Druid. So you don't really need to be ramping like that, right? Like Darnassus Aspirant is the ramp in Wild. That's about all you use. But as far as creating new decks go, Jade Golem could work in Wild. I haven't really thought about how you'd make a Jade Golem deck work. It's definitely going to be better on Standard, though. I'm pretty sure Jade Golem could be a little bit too slow. But again, it's kind of tough to say how it pans out. But regardless, I think this card's kind of interesting. It's like a Wild Growth. I assume if you're at 10 mana and you use this, you do get to draw a card. So it's always a pro as well. It's just another spell. The Jade Golem thing is pretty interesting. But you do really want to have this on curve. Otherwise, this card's just not that great. And, you know, 3 mana is a little bit awkward for Druid too, right? Because you'll still be running Wild Growths, right? So you really want to do that on 2. And current Druid decks, even in Standard, right? Just try and they try and dodge turn 3, right? You try and innervate something out on turn 2 or play Wild Growth on 2 all the time. So I'm kind of skeptical about this card, but if Jade Golem really pops off and ends up being a really good new archetype for Druid, then I think that this card will be playable at least as a 1 of. Okay, next up, Jade Behemoth, 6 mana, 3/6 taunt, battlecry, summon a Jade Golem. So again, it's just another supportive card for Jade Golem. Jade Golem decks for Druid. So pretty shit stats though. 6 mana, 3/6 is not really what you want. I mean, it's a Fang Creeper for 1 more mana, but you do get to summon a Jade Golem. So I guess if we think about it that way, it's pretty good. But Fang Creeper's never played in Standard Wild, only in Arena, right? And yeah, the card quality in in the Wild has to be even higher than it is in Standard, right? So I'm kind of skeptical about this card. But again, if you're building a whole deck around Jade Golems, it's probably fine to play. That's probably not going to be that bad. But other than that, I don't think it's going to be good at all. Next up is Jade Idol. So this card has been coined the control killer, right? Because, you know, you never lose in fatigue, right? So 1 mana, choose 1, shuffle a Jade Golem, or shuffle 3 copies of this card in your deck. So you're never going to lose to fatigue with this, right? It's pretty cool. So I think the mirror matchups of these decks are going to be interesting. And infinite Jade Golems, guys. So it's really, really good against control decks. Pretty bad against aggro, but yeah, we'll see how this one pans out. It's definitely an interesting card. I apologize for the dogs if you guys can't hear those. I do have 2 little yappy dogs who like to bark at literally everything. But yeah, Jade Idol is a cool card. I definitely like this one. I think it's a little bit overpowered though. It seems a little bit overpowered from my perspective at least, just because you can beat all the control decks, right? Jade Golem really seems like it's going to be the control killer though. His Priest can't really do anything against it, right? You queue up into Wild, you play against N'Zoth Warrior, so N'Zoth Warrior cannot deal with infinite Jade Golems, right? It's just not possible. Priest can't deal with them either, right? I know you have Light Bomb, right? But if you can just keep on shuffling more Golems in your deck and playing them, it's really, really, really strong. So there's not too much you can do. Franker ZXG. But yeah, I think this card will be really, really good. Do very, very well against control decks and not too well against aggro though. So I think again, it's pretty much a meta call in Wild because you know the meta is a lot slower higher up, right? A lot of slow decks do very, very well in Wild. Whereas on Standard, they can't really make the cut. So I think if you're in a meta that is very slow, higher up on Wild Ladder, Jade Idol Druid could be good. You could just play around the Jade Golems. Even just like 1 Jade Idol and a regular Druid deck could be good just to beat the fatigue decks, right? Yeah, it could be good. So this is definitely one that's going to be worthwhile to experiment with a little bit, even in Wild, I think. and I'm interested in seeing how it pans out. So 3 mana 3/3 Celestial Dreamer, Battlecry. If a friendly minion has 5 or more attack, gain +2/2. So I figure this card's kind of just a meme. It's not really gonna work. You don't really have anything for 5 attack on turn 2 for Druid. You save innervate shenanigans and stuff. But yeah, I just don't really think that this card's that great, and I don't think it'll be played in Wild. 5 mana 4/5 Vermin Sensei. Battlecry, give a friendly beast +2/2. This one's kind of interesting. At the 5 slot, I don't think it's really that great though, especially because it's not a beast itself, so it can't be copied by the Warden. But I think it's kind of interesting. It's just like you're trying to hit like Savage Combatant with this, so Savage Combatant would be then a 7/6, which is pretty good. But I think it's a little bit too optimistic. If it had the beast tag on it, I think it'd be playable in Wild. But since it doesn't, I just don't think it really gets there, because you really want to be playing Stranglethorn Tiger or Druid of the Claw, so then you can actually do things on turn 6 with the Warden. So I don't think this card's good enough at all. Next up is Pilfered Power. It's 3 mana, gain an empty mana crystal for each friendly minion. So this is a card you'll take off of Raven Idol sometimes, but you'll never put it in your deck. I just don't think it's good enough. Again, it's a little bit too optimistic. The effect is really strong, but yeah, it's just not worthwhile to play in my opinion. It's just too slow. Sorry, it's too inconsistent. I shouldn't say too slow. It's just too inconsistent. So I just don't think it's very good. Next up is Lunar Visions. 5 mana, draw 2 cards. Minions drawn cost 2 less. This card's kind of interesting. So if you hit 2 minions, you can say that it's 1 mana, draw 2. That's not really the correct way to think about it, but that's how you can think about it. You can compare it to Nourish, I guess. Nourish is a 5 mana card. Choose 1. So either you gain 2 mana crystals or draw 3 cards. There's no reduction though. So I'm thinking Lunar Visions, if you play it, it's going to be in a very, very minion heavy Druid deck, possibly Astral deck, right? Astral Commune, so after you Astral, you can play Lunar Visions, but again, that's a little bit too optimistic. So I don't think this card will see play in Wild. It's kind of just a meme in my opinion. It could be good in Standard though in Astral decks. But yeah, we'll see. Maybe I'll have to eat my words later on. It's kind of the point of doing these, right? The reviews, it's kind of funny. You got to go back and see, how stupid are you like a couple months ago, right? So Kun the Forgotten King, 10 mana 7/7. Choose 1, gain 10 armor, or refresh your mana crystals. 0 mana 7/7 XD. What a nice meme. The armor is pretty good too against aggro, but again, just getting to turn 10 means you probably beat aggro decks. But yeah, 0 mana 7/7. I think this card will see play, even in Wild if you play a slower Druid deck. In Standard for sure, I think it'll see play. But yeah, I think that Kun the Forgotten King is a good card. 0 mana 7/7 is always nice. So yeah, there's not much more to it than that. You could play like Aviana into Kun and then get 10 mana and just go super wide too, which is kind of interesting. There's a lot of fun stuff that could happen with this card. So yeah, I'll give this one the pass. I think it'll be played. And the versatility is really nice with the gain 10 armor, right? Okay, Alley Cat, 1 mana 1/1 beast. Battlecry, summon a cat. I assume the cat's a beast as well. But yeah, I think this card's good. Will it make the cut for Wild though? That's actually a pretty tough question. If Hunters go a lot faster and start running like a hybrid list with Argent Squires and Direwolf for some reason, then I think this card will be good. It's really just a great card for Direwolf Alpha is really the whole point of this one, I think. I like the Beast tag though. It's good with Glaive Zukon too and Wild as well. So I do like that just because you go a little bit wider. So yeah, I think this card is actually, it could actually be playable depending on the deck you make, right? So I'll give this one the pass. It's really not that bad, right? 1 mana 2/2 spread across 2 bodies. 1 mana 1/1, sorry, and then, you know, it's 2/2 when you combine them together. It's not really the way you should think about it, but yeah. So I think this card is pretty decent. Yeah, I think it could be played in Wild. That may be a little bit too optimistic though, because it doesn't really have an effect, right? It's just vanilla. 1 mana 2/2. Again, with a Direwolf, right? I think you have to go for a faster hybrid list. Like if you're playing aggressive Hunters, this should be good. Yeah, that'll be my final opinion. I'm not too sure how it contests with Fiery Bat though. Like Fiery Bat could just be straight up better, right? Because the 2/1 Death Rattle deal 1 damage is pretty good. But it's tough to say because like with this, you can drop it on 1 and then pop like mini bot and then buff up the other one straight into it. Again, a little bit optimistic, but I think this card's okay. Next up is Smuggler's Crate. 1 mana, give a random beast in your hand +2/2. I think this card's a meme in Wild. I don't think it'll see play. I don't think the buff cards are good enough in Wild for Hunter. I really just don't think they're that great. This is why would you want to waste mana doing this when you can go turn 1 Fire Bat, turn 2 Scientist, turn 3 Animal Companion, turn 4 Pilot Shredder, turn 5 Lothubber Belcher, turn 6 Highmane, turn 7 Boom, turn 8 like Rag, turn 9 Call of the Wild, turn 10 Nizoth, right? I know that's a net curve, right, for Hunter, but there's not really a reason to skip a turn giving a random beast in your hand +2/2, right? So yeah, this card is not going to be played in my opinion. Next up, 3-mana 3/3 Shaky Zip Gunner, Death Rattle. Give a random minion in your hand +2/2. This card's okay. Again, I don't think it'll see play in Wild. Yeah, in my opinion, it's not good enough. It's actually okay though. The Death Rattle is not that bad either. It'd be better as a battle cry, but it does come back with N'Zoth since it is a Death Rattle. I don't think it cuts it. I think Animal Companion is just too good. But like you can think about it this way: if it hits like a Shredder, then you have a 6/5 Shredder. Oh, mental math is hard. Which is really good though for the next turn, but it has to die that turn. I don't know. It could be played. I'll probably test it out a little bit when I try Hunter out. So I think out of the buff cards, this one is probably one of the better ones. So I'm happy to see it. Got to keep my throat good so I can keep on talking. So next up, 2-mana Hidden Cache. Secret. After your opponent plays a minion, give a random friendly minion in your hand +2/2. It's not impactful enough in my opinion. It's kind of the same thing as Smuggler's Crate, right? But it's a secret inside. So again, I just don't think it's good enough in Wild because, you know, the card quality is just too high, right? And if you're actually going to put this in a slot in your deck, like you have to take something out, right? You have to think about it that way. And in my opinion, you don't really want to take like a Freezing Trap out for this. So yeah, just not going to be played. Next up, 2-mana 3/2 Trog Beast Rager. Battlecry, give a random friendly beast in your hand +1/1. Not bad, but it's like a vanilla stat line, right? I mean, maybe you'll buff your high main, but that's not too relevant. So I don't think this card's going to be played. Like, why would you play this over Mad Scientist, right? Next up is Dispatch Kodo, 4-mana 2/4. Battlecry, deal damage equal to this minion's attack. And this is one of the cards that's kind of the reason why they're pushing the buff from hand. It's a nice power play on 4, but again, there's not really a reason to play it over Shredder, right? Maybe you go a different way and just try to go for this line and play for these buff card hands in Wild. But I think your deck will be too weak then. It won't be able to stand up to other top tier decks. So Dispatch Kodo, I just don't think it's good enough. Rat Pack is one that I think that may actually be good enough in Wild. So it's a 3-mana 2/2 Death Rattle. Summon a number of 1/1 rats equal to this minion's attack. So it could be a much wider Haunted Creeper. Again, this is kind of the reasons why I think that you could push a Hybrid Hunter, right? So you play like Direwolves, and then you know your 3-mana 2/2 gets popped, and it's a 3/2. Then you get 3/1/1s. You play more buff cards like Abusive as well. This is just completely theory crafting, right? I haven't gone too in depth about thinking about this, but I think Rat Pack could work, especially with N'Zoth Hunter, right? I think it's decent. It's not bad, and yeah, I'll definitely try and make this card work if I open one. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I enjoy it. I think it'll be really good in Standard. In Wild, we'll see how it pans out. I don't know if it'll be phenomenal, but I think it'll be you can play it. You can play it, and then that's the rat you get. It's cool. I like the little ruby there. It's interesting. Piranha Launcher, 5-mana 2/4 weapon. After a hero attacks, summon a 1/1 Piranha. This card's a meme. Yeah, it's just shit tier. Nothing much more to talk about there. 1/1 Piranha. That's what comes out. Yeah, again, it's a beast at least. It's good. So 5-mana 3/7 Knuckles. This is a class legendary for Hunter. After this attacks a minion, it also hits the enemy hero. So you'll probably see some funny clips on Trollden where like they buff up Knuckles a lot and they kill the enemy hero. But from a Wild perspective, this card's just shit tier, right? Like, why play this over Belcher or Lotheb, right? It's kind of fun though. I enjoy like the Harambe memes. They have the Knuckles weapons on the hands as well. But I just don't think this card's good enough. I don't think I've seen this card yet. Yeah. So I just downloaded all the images. I haven't actually gone through all the new ones as far as the cards go. So this is kind of off the top of my head for the cards revealed today on the 28th of November. So Freezing Potion, 0-mana freeze an enemy. Wow, nice shatter buff. Wow, that's awesome. So this is a nerf to Babbling Book and a nerf to Kabbalist for sure. It is at 0 mana though, which is kind of relevant. So a little bit nice with Wanker, the Flame Wanker that is. But this will never see play in my opinion in a Wild constructed deck. Yeah, Freeze Mage would never use this. Yeah, it's just no point. So 1-mana 2/1 Cabal Lackey. Battle card. The next secret you play this turn costs 0. So Secret Mage is an archetype I'm interested in exploring. It's actually probably one of my one of the top archetypes I'm interested in exploring. That sentence is really hard to say, guys. But yeah, this is pretty good. It means you do have to keep a secret or get lucky and just draw one. But yeah, I'm interested in playing because you can go all out for the secrets in Wild, right? Run like 8 to 12 secrets, Cabal Lackey, Mad Scientist, all the secret buffing cards. All the other cards from Mage will allow you to play 0-mana secrets and just go all in like that and see how it goes. So I'll definitely be testing that out a little bit. Yeah, this card gives it's a pass in my opinion. I think it'll be fun to play with. I'm not too sure if it'll be the most competitive deck ever, but it'll be fun. Yeah. But it's kind of like there's one more card that you guys will see in a couple, and I'll talk about it a little bit more in a couple cards. Sorry. So Chiromancer, I haven't seen this one either. 5 mana, 5/5 battle cry +2/2 if an enemy is frozen. Again, a meme. This is just it's too conditional, right? Freeze Mage, with cards like Demented Frostcaller is just not gonna be good enough. So I think this card's a meme. Won't see play. Just not good enough in Wild. 3 mana Potion of Polymorph Secret. After your opponent plays a minion, transform it into a 1/1 sheep. So that's not bad, but I don't think it's really that great either. It'll be nice again off of Kabbalist and Babbling Book, just to switch things up a little bit. But in a Wild, I think you just want to play like Mirror Entity, right? Get charged from your opponent's minion. It could be nice because everything has Death Rattle on it and stuff, and you could play a little bit intelligently with this card if you're playing Temple Mage. Slam it down on turn 5. Your opponent is a hunter. It goes on turn 6. They slam down High Main, and you Potion or Polymorph it. So that's always a way that could be good. I'll probably test this a bit if I ever pick up Temple Mage and decide to play that a little bit more in Wild. But for now, I'm going to say this card isn't very good. It could be played, though. Could be played, but yeah, not very good. Next up is Volcanic Potion. This is just a straight up buff to Grinder Mage. Yeah, you play Echo Giants or you play Major Domo Mage. It's straight up buff. So it's a 3 mana spell, sorry, and its effect is deal 2 damage to all minions. Pretty good. So the Explosive Sheep Ping combo is 4 mana right now. So this being at 3 nets you 1 more mana, which is great. So I mean the downside is you can't tempo Sheep on 2, but you never do that anyways. So I think this is really good card, and it'll definitely help my beautiful Arcane Giants and Major Domo Mage. Domo or we go homo. Right, Twitch chat? Hee hee. So yeah, this card will be good. Or it's better than an existing card that's already in a Wild deck, right? Okay, so Cabal Crystal Runner was the card I was going to say that I was going to come back to. So it's a 6 mana 5/5, costs 2 less for each secret you play this game. So if we've learned anything from Gadgetzan, it's a 0 mana 5/5s are really good, right? I mean, no one can really dispute the Thing from Below is not a phenomenal card. I think it's really one of the most imbalanced cards in Mid Shaman right now. It's just super annoying to play against, right? And playing with it just feels so good. But yeah, I think this card will be really good, especially if it can reach that tier of being good. Even like if you play 2 secrets in the first couple turns and then you go Cabal Crystal Runner on for 2 mana, it's really good. So I think this card will definitely be played, especially in the Secret Mage archetypes that I was talking about. So I'm interested in testing that out. And yeah, I think it's pretty good. So we'll see how it ends up panning out. Again, the archetype could be a complete meme. But I mean, like, even Secret Hunter, right? Secret Hunter has been really good. The 0 mana 5/5 in Mid Shaman is insane. So hopefully Cabal Crystal Runner could be just as good as that. But yeah, I'll definitely be testing this card out on Wild quite a bit. And we'll see how much fun we can have with it. Sorry. Next up is Manic Soulcaster. So 3 mana 3/4 Battlecry. Choose a friendly minion, shuffle a copy into your deck. So it's got the Spider Tank stat line, which is really nice, but I think it's a little bit too slow. You don't really want to save this card later on. You want to be able to play your 3-drops on turn 3, unless they're like super conditional. But do you really want to have like another Babbling Book, Manorum, or Sorcerer's Apprentice in your deck, for example, right? Probably not. You probably just want to draw your top end. So I think this card's kind of a meme. It's fun though. For example, you can play it on turn 10 with Dr. Boom. Just slam it right after Boom, and then you get another Dr. Boom in your deck, which is pretty cool. But yeah, I don't think it's that great. Will it see play? Some people will probably try and test it. I probably won't. I just legitimately don't think it's good enough in Wild. Next up, 7 mana Greater Arcane Missiles. Shoot 3 missiles at random enemies that deal 3 damage each. So it deals 9 damage for 7 mana, but it's random. I assume it scales the spell power. Yeah, so that's basically the one takeaway from that. Still, I think this card's kind of a meme. Again, it's a good one to get discovered, right? Like you discover off of Ethereal Conjure, you get it off of Kabbalist, or you get it from Babbling Book. You're pretty happy. I mean, it's decent. Do you want to put this in your deck? Probably not, right? In a Highlander Mage, so just a Reno deck. For you guys who don't know what Highlander means, this might be okay. With the new Mage Legendary, which is probably in the next card, I'm not too sure. It could be okay too. Let's just check out what the next card is. But yeah, this card by itself, like you'd never put it in your deck in Wild. Yeah, so Inkmaster Celia, 7 mana 5/5 Battlecry if your deck has no duplicates. The next spell you cast this turn costs 0. So maybe they are putting in Greater Arcane Missiles to be used in conjunction with Inkmaster Celia. Kind of interesting. I think Celia is a really cool card though. Pushing Highlander more is awesome. But yeah, that's maybe a reason why they're printing Greater Arcane Missiles at 7 mana. Hard to say otherwise. Okay, so we're into the Paladins now. So a 1 mana 2/1 Grimscale Chum. Battlecry, give a random Murloc in your hand +1/1, and it's a Murloc. So this is really great for flood decks. It's a straight up buff to Murloc Raider, the 1 mana 2/1. You might actually run both of those though. But yeah, I think this card's pretty good. It'll be nice in the Flood Paladin decks. That's another archetype I'm interested in experimenting in with more. I don't think it'll be as good as Secret Paladin, but it'll be fun, right? Like you just go super wide. You'll probably run at least one anything can happen, so you just can refill the board if you fall and lose early, so you can come back, which is great. This will be a Divine Favor deck most likely too. There is another Paladin card that could replace Divine Favor though, and we may get to that. But yeah, this card should be okay. Won't be meta breaking, but it'll be decent. Smuggler's Run, sorry. It's 1 mana and give all minions in your hand +1/1. This is decent if you're playing a flood deck, but again, on turn 1 you want to be developing something, right? So this might be just a one of. Yeah, I don't know how good it is. I don't think it'll be phenomenal. You know, there's gonna be scenarios where it's really good, and then scenarios where it's really bad. And I figure the really bad's gonna happen more than the really good. But again, I'll probably test this card out. This is one that I'm kind of interested in. So we'll see what it ends up being like. But yeah, in Wild, I don't know. It's hard to say. Next up is Grim Street Outfitter. So 2 mana 1/1. Battlecry, give all minions in your hand +1/1. So Grim Street Outfitter is a 1 mana 1/1, and then you add Smuggler's Run to it. Is this better? Probably a little bit better, right? It's still something to do, but you don't really want to be playing this on turn 2. You could go all in for the buffing thing, and that's kind of the idea with the gangs, right? In this expansion, is just to buff things from your hands, you know. But will it be good enough? Again, just like a Smuggler's Run, probably not. But I'll test it again. I'm interested in it. Playing the flood decks, I think it'll be fun. So we'll see how it goes. But is this card phenomenal or meta breaking for Wild? No, not in my opinion. Next is Getaway Kodo, 1 mana Secret. When a friendly minion dies, return it to your hand. So this is decent for Battlecry Death Battle minions and stuff. I think it's pretty cool. I'm interested in playing it. Sorry for the screeching cheer, by the way, guys. But yeah, I think this will be an interesting secret in Reno Paladin, or any sort of a deck that just in Nizoth Paladin as well, like the mid-range Paladin. It could, if you're playing a mid-range Paladin, it might just hit like a 1/1, right? Like a dude, which is not that great. But you could like play this with Tyrion on 9, which would be great. That's best case scenario. So I don't think this is gonna be the most game-breaking secret, but it's gonna be better than Sacred Trials. Yeah, it'll be okay. It'll be a mid-tier secret for Paladin, not a great one though. And it probably won't make the cut for Secret Paladin, but we'll see. I'll probably test it out, honestly. I'll probably bust out the Secret Paladin to play Getaway Kodo. But yeah, it'll be okay. It'll be seen sometimes. You'll be kind of surprised when you do see it, but yeah, it'll come up occasionally. Next up is a 5 mana 4/4 Grim Street Enforcer. At the end of your turn, give all minions in your hand +1/1. So this seems okay. So at the end of your turn, but it is 5 mana, right? It's a 5 mana drop slot, you know. All the flood minions you've probably played earlier, right? Turns 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I don't think it'll necessarily be that great. In the right deck, it could be good again. It kind of just synergizes really well with the Outfitter and the Smuggler's Run, right? It's kind of the idea behind the Grim Street Enforcer. Again, I like the gang idea, but in Wild, I just don't think it's good enough. Next up is 7 mana 6/6 Grim Street Protector. So it's a taunt. Battlecry, give adjacent minions Divine Shield. So again, this is competing with Dr. Boom. So do I think it'll be okay? Yeah, it'll be okay. This is a good card for newer players, right? It's not bad at all. If you open this, you probably slam this in your Paladin deck if you don't have Dr. Boom. So it's not bad, but will it be playable high up on Wild? Nope. The Divine Shield is pretty big, but again, I just don't think it's good enough. I think it'll be a win more card. Yeah, it's not going to do too much on its own, right? Like, think about the impact of slamming this on 7 versus slamming Boom on 7, right? When there's like an even board state. Yeah, so I just don't think it's good enough. Best case scenario is really good though. Like you give Divine Shield to your 9/7 Mysterious Challenger, and then you can, you know, just hit anything. But it's kind of unlikely. Yeah, it's kind of unlikely. So I like Dr. Boom a lot more. Maybe I'll run both in one deck, but that's a little bit greedy, right? Because you're running Tyrion too, so hard to say. So yeah, my final judgment for this card is it won't make the cut. Next up is Mean Street Marshal. 1 mana 1/2 Death Rattle. If this minion has 2 or more attack, draw a card. So if you build your deck around this and other early flood creatures, it'll be pretty good. Again, with like cards like Smuggler's Run, this card could be a little bit better. So yeah, I'm not opposed to saying this card will be okay. It could be played. I'm definitely interested in testing it. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. I figure that, you know, this kind of a flood paladin deck has the potential to be okay or terrible. One of the two. It'll kind of just yeah, it'll be terrible or okay. I don't think it'll be phenomenal in Wild. Maybe it'll be really good in Standard, but I don't think it'll be good enough in Wild. Patron Warrior will just shut it down so hard. Next up is Small Time Recruit. So this is the Divine Favor S card that I was talking about. So it's 3 mana, draw 3, 1 cost minions from your deck. Which is pretty good. Draw 3 for 3 mana is really great. Especially if you're playing a Flood deck, right? It should be pretty good in Wild. Again, better in Standard, but okay in Wild. If it just goes along with the deck's whole idea, right? Fits the game plan, then it'll be decent, right? So we'll see how it pans out. I think it'll be okay, though. I know I'm saying that for a lot of cards, right? But you know, my stance is a lot of these cards could be okay. I mean, I'll let you guys know if I think they're really, really good or if I think they're complete dog shit, right? This one I think is okay, right? Like, it's like, you know, 5 out of 10, 6 out of 10. Next up is Wicker Flame Burn Bristle. So 3 mana 2/2. This is the class legendary for Paladins. Divine Shield with Taunt. Damage dealt by this minion also heals your hero. So again, in Reno Paladin or mid-range Paladin, this will probably be played. Secret Paladin, I don't think so. There's a lot of competition for the 3-drop slots, right? Muster for Battle, Cog Hammer, stuff like that. So it's kind of tough to come up with, you know, a slot for this in Secret Paladin just because the deck's so refined. But I think in mid-range Paladin or Reno Paladin in Wild, this card will be played. Anything Paladin, I don't think it's good enough. Next up is Potion of Madness. So the priest cards in this expansion are absolutely bonkers, even for Wild. Sorry about that, guys. Talking for 30 minutes, you know. Gotta make my throat healthy. So 1 mana Potion of Madness, gain control of an enemy minion with 2 or less attack until the end of the turn. So this is really, really good into Mad Scientist. If they have a board, you can play it on like turn 3 after they just slam it down, trade into their 1-drop. Deny the Secret if you're playing it's like Mage Hunter. So I think that's pretty cool. It's not bad against Paladin either. You can see like Minibot trade with it into Secret Keeper, trigger secrets. So I think this card will be good as a 1 of, maybe even a 2 of in Priest decks and Wild. Yeah, I think it'll be played though. Because like Shadow Madness, right? That's even played in Wild, right? It's a 4 mana thing. So the card is 4 mana, gain control of a 3 attack minion until the end of the turn, right? 4 mana, and you get a control minion with 1 more attack. And then this card is 3 mana less, and it's only 2 attack minions. So I think it'll be pretty good. I guess the big difference is with Shadow Madness, you can seal Belcher for the turn. But Potion of Madness, it doesn't work like that. So we'll kind of see how it pans out. I think that this card will be played, though. In my opinion, it's good. Next up is Cabal Talon Priest. So it's a 3 mana 3/4 Battlecry, give a friendly minion plus 3 health. So I think this is better than Dark Cultist. Just because the Battlecry is more impactful, lets you trade that turn. But I still don't know if it's that great, though. In more minion-based decks in a Wild, like Dragon Priest, this will be good. I assume it'll be played there. Yeah. That's when I think this card will be okay in Dragon Priest. Like, the stat line's really nice, right? Like, it's a Spider Tank with a decent Battlecry. So I think that's nice. Just giving Priest some good early game minions is great. But in Wild, it might push him over the top. Because Priest is really, really good in Wild already. Like, the Zoth Priest is almost tier 1. I'd say it's really, really high tier 2. But it could almost be tier 1. So yeah, this is pretty good. And you won't play it in Azoth Priest, though. Like, this isn't an Azoth Priest card. It's a Dragon Priest card. Yeah, just saying that Priest is actually really good in Wild. Next up is Cabal Song Stealer. So it's a 5 mana 5/5 Battlecry, silence a minion. So this is just going for the Purify meme, I think. I don't think this card's that good, but silence is great. Yeah, Spellbreaker is probably still better. Yeah, just because the 5-drop slot is pretty contested, I think, in Wild with Belchers, Azure Drake, you know, Lotheb, the new Priest card. So I think it's kind of tough to fit this in. So I think this card's kind of a meme. Next up is Pint-Sized Potion. 1 mana, give all enemy minions -3 attack this turn only. So it's pretty good synergy with Potion of Madness. I think that Pint-Sized Potion is a little bit interesting. You could also use it with Shadow Word Horror, but I think it's going to be... Do I think it's going to be good enough? Probably not. 2-card combos have to be really impactful in Hearthstone, so I don't think Pint-Sized Potion and Shadow Word Horror are really going to be that great together. Just because, you know, you're forced out of those 2 cards, right? And it's also 5 mana combo, so... Yeah, I think this card's kind of a meme. Maybe I'll be wrong, though, but for Wild, I just don't think it makes a cut. Next up is Greater Healing Potion. Ooh, this is interesting. 4 mana, restore 12 health to a friendly character. So right off the bat, Embrace the Shadows or Akanai Shenanigans could happen with this card, and I think that's kind of interesting. Yeah, you could go like Embrace the Shadows, double Greater Healing Potion, deal 24 damage. Maybe we have like a slightly stronger OTK Priest. I'm not too sure how refined that deck is, though. The Burst Priest, just because I haven't played it myself, haven't even looked at a deck list of it. But this could be good in that case. I don't think he'll use this for healing, though. And it probably won't make the cut in Wild. But it could just replace Healbot, right? With 12 health, it's a little bit more impactful, I think. So we'll see what happens. But I think this card could be played. Again, it's okay. It has the potential to be good in Burst Priest. It also has the potential to be good in slower Priest decks that just need more healing. So we'll see how this one goes. Yeah, I'll rate it okay. Could be played. Okay, 5 mana 5/6 Draconoid Operative. Battlecry, if you're holding a dragon, discover a card in your opponent's deck, and this is a dragon. This card is absolutely broken. I think this is one of the strongest cards that any class gets this expansion. So this is just really, really good, the 5/6 style line. So it's a pit fighter, but then it's also a dragon. So, I mean, it activates all your other dragon cards, right? Like Wormrest Agent, that gets activated. Anything that requires you to hold a dragon, Twilight Guardian, for example, as well, gets activated off of this, which is just insane. And then Battlecry, if you're holding a dragon, discover a card in your opponent's deck. So that's really, really good, right? You know, you play against control decks, so you can steal another greedy control card from them, which is great. So that helps with your game plan there. You're playing against like Pirate Warrior, for example. You could steal like a Fiery War Axe to help you control the board early and control the board. Control the board early and you know, just utilize their cards against them, kind of counter their game plan with it. So I think this is really, really good, and it'll help you one, figure out what kind of a deck your opponent's playing if you don't know by turn 5 already. And 2, just give you more cards, right? Because it's a 5/6 and then you got to draw a card if you have a dragon in your hand. Even just slamming this as a 5/6 is not bad, right? It won't happen too often, right? You're probably going to be building Dragon Priest around dragons pretty heavily. But I just think this card is awesome. Like I'll be trying out Dragon Priest on Wild too. Just see how you can build it. Because there's a couple other cards that really help Dragon Priest too. And we'll get to those next. So yeah, this card is OP. It's really good. Mana Geode, 2 mana, 2/3. Whenever this minion is healed, summon a 2/2 crystal. This card, I mean, a lot of people were really excited about it. I just don't think it's good enough. It's a 2/3 most of the time. It forces you to use your hero power on turn 3, which I don't think is good. You could argue you go like Geode on 2, and then you go Blade Master into Circle of Healing on 3, but I think that's just too unlikely, right? So I think this card's like a 2 mana, 2/3. I don't really know if Priest even wants a 2-drop like this. N'Zoth Priest, that is. I don't know. I'm kind of skeptical about this card. I'm not a Priest expert. I don't really play Priest at all. So what I say about this doesn't really matter too much because, yeah, I don't really know how the class works at higher levels. But I don't think this card's good enough for me. In Wild, I definitely don't think it makes a cut. So I don't think it's going to see play. Next up is Dragonfire Potion, 6 mana, deal 5 damage to all minions except dragons. In Dragon Priest, this will be really good. You'll probably still run one Light Bomb. But this card will be awesome just because you can maintain board control and just slam it down. As Azure Drake's not as popular in Wild as it is in Standard. Because you have Belchers and Loatheb, right? And yeah, this card is really good against Belchers and Loatheb. So I think this card will really help Dragon Priest in Wild. Hopefully make it a viable deck. Along with some of the other additional cards that they got this expansion. To give them a little bit of a hand there. But yeah, I think this card's pretty good. I'm excited to play with it myself. I think it'll be great, especially in Standard. Like, this will be busted in Standard. But in Wild, I think it'll be okay. You still have Light Bomb, right? So you'll probably run 2 Dragonfires, 1 Light Bomb, I figure, in Dragon Priest and Wild. Because Light Bomb's still really, really good. But yeah, this card's interesting. I like it. I'll play with it. Next up is Raz of the Chains. So 5 mana, 5/5. Battlecry. If your deck has no duplicates, your hero power costs 0 this game. This is really sick for Shadow Priest. It's pretty good for just standard Control Priest as well. But playing Reno Priest, you probably want to go the Shadow Form line. But I think if you're gonna do that, I think this is a good card. 0 mana hero power for Priest is sick. You know, if you're playing Justicar, you get that out. Then it's 0 mana heal 4, which is pretty awesome. And yeah, I think this card overall is good. I think most people would agree and say that this card is decent. It should be played. Yeah, especially in Reno decks and Wild. So I think this one's awesome. I'll give it a solid. I'll say that it's a solid card. There you go. It's not as good as Dragonfire or Draconoid in my opinion. The Draconoid Operative, but I think they're both really good. And Raza is still great. Like I'm gonna say like this card's like a 10 out of 10. This card's like a 9 out of 10. This card's like maybe like a 7.5 out of 10. Still good though. So on to Rogue. Fun stuff. So 2 mana Jade Shuriken, deal 2 damage, combo summon a Jade Golem. Again, just pushing Jade Golems. It's decent, right? It's kind of like the SI7 Agents effect. You can think about it that way. The Jade Golem will probably be a 1/1, but I mean, it's just getting you off to a good start with buffing them up, right? So I think this is decent. I'm kind of interested in trying this out with Rogue. I'm not too sure how good it'll be, though. But yeah, it's kind of like how far do you want to go with the Jade Golem line, right? If you don't play Jade Golems, this card's going to be garbage. If you do play Jade Golem, this card will be good. Next up, Jade Swarmer. Basically the same thing. So it's a 2 mana 1/1 stealth, Death Rattle, summon a Jade Golem. If you go Jade Golem route, this card's sick. Otherwise, it's shitty. Next up, Shadow Rager. I like the meme. 3 mana 5/1 with stealth. Think about how good Moros is, guys. I know the past season we actually hit Legend in Wild with Moros and peaked to top 10 with a Moros Egg Druid deck, but let's be realistic here. Moros is just not good. It dies to anything. So Shadow Rager, I figure it'll just be a meme 100% of the time. Counterfeit Coin, 0 mana, gain 1 mana crystal this turn. This is good in any sort of an auctioneer deck. We figure a coin is really, really good. So I think this will be played. Maybe as a 1-of, maybe even if it's 2-of in Gadgetzan decks. Yeah, I'll be interested to see how this works out. Although that kind of an archetype is not really prevalent on Wild. I've only queued into 1 Miracle Rogue all season long. Yeah, the guy had a super greedy deck and dumpstered my Control Warrior. Feels bad, man. But yeah, Counterfeit Coin will be good in the Gadgetzan Rogue decks. Next up, 2 mana, 2/3 Gadgetzan Ferryman. Combo, return a friendly minion to your hands. Okay, this card doesn't look too great to me. It looks terrible, actually. Maybe they're pushing combos later on. Like, there has to be a reason for this, right? Because this card's just bad. Why not just make it a battle cry? Maybe because they want you to have the ability to play a 2/3 on 2, but that's just garbage. Yeah, I'm gonna say this card's not gonna make it in Wild. Maybe in Mill Rogue. But then you have Shadow Step, right? You have Shadow Step and Vanish, so there's not really any point. Yeah, I think this card's a meme. Next up, 4 mana, 4/4 Shadow Sensei. Battlecry, give a stealth minion +2/2. Oh, the synergy with Shadow Rager, guys. Holy, makes Shadow Rager a 7/3. Damn, that's insane. Maybe if they push stealth on Rogue a little bit harder, this card will be okay. But right now, I don't think it's good enough in Wild at all. Next up, Lotus Assassin stealth whenever this attacks and kills me and gains stealth. So this is a Stranglethorn Tiger for Arena. This is really, really good. But and constructed again. I think this card's a meme. Yeah, we'll probably see trolling clips of this card, but that's about it. Next up is Lucky Dude Buccaneer. So it's a 6 mana 5/5 Battlecry. If your weapon has at least 3 attack, gain +4/4, and it's a pirate. Okay, so this is pushing Pirate Rogue in the direction of playing Assassin's Blade again, I guess. Or just running buff cards. This will be an okay finisher. It's just a pile of stats though, which isn't necessarily that great. Just because with Pirate Rogue, you want to have a lot of burst damage from hand, right? You can't really say that your minions are going to stick. And especially for 6 mana, it's a little bit sketchy. I'm going to be optimistic and say this will be okay. But I just don't think this card's good enough. It's too conditional, and a 9/9 for 6 mana is good. But it's not really that great. Like, consider Draconoid Crusher, right, for Pirate Warrior. It doesn't just win you the game, right? Even if you're playing an aggro deck. Just having a 6 mana 9/9 just straight up doesn't win you the game a lot of the time. It is an epic, though, so you can run 2 of them, which is interesting. But, again, Pirate Rogue is a little bit of a lower curve deck. So I just don't really think that's going to be that great. It could make it a little bit slower, though. Make you play Assassin's Blades and stuff. But, yeah. I'm going to say this card will be okay, like a 5 out of 10. And that's just me being optimistic here. So yeah, we'll go with 5 out of 10 and say that. Well, I mean, I'll test it if I open 2 Lucky Dudes. I'll try them out, right? For Pirate Rogue. But I played quite a few games with Pirate Rogue and Wild, and I figured that you just want to play really, really fast with the deck, right? Because as soon as your opponents start playing Belchers and stuff like that, you just lose the game. Yeah. So I mean, I'll be optimistic and say we'll try this card out, see if it's okay. Next up is Shaku the Collector, 3 mana 2/3 stealth. Whenever this attacks, add a random card to your hand from your opponent's class. This card tilts me, man. Why would you print this legendary? This is actually like just shit tier. Like, it's so bad. There's nothing else to say. It's just like 0 out of 10. Okay, so 4 mana, Calling the Finishers. Summon 4 1/1 Murlocs. Kind of interesting. An implosion that always rolls high but never deals damage. Probably really good for a Murloc Shaman deck, simply because of Everything is awesome, right? That'll give Everything is a big buff. It'll make it 3 mana right off the bat, which is pretty awesome. So, I mean, I'm not going to discount this card and say it's complete shit tier. It doesn't look very good to me, but it has potential, I think, even in Wild. Next up is Jade Lightning. So 4 mana, deal 4 damage, summon a Jade Golem. Again, with the Jade Golems, if you're going to go for that route as far as your playstyle goes, it'll be good. Otherwise, you don't want to see these cards in any other decks. Next up, 7 mana 5/5 Jade Chieftain. Battlecry, summon a Jade Golem, give it taunt. That's kind of interesting. That's a good late game card for Jade Golem decks, I think. Summon a 7 mana 5/5, and then you gain a minion with taunt. So yeah, I'll give that one a pass. In Wild though, I'm honestly not too sure if Jade Golems are going to be good enough in Shaman. Next up, 2 mana Devolve. Transfer all enemy minions into random ones that cost 1 less. Kind of interesting, but again, I think it's a meme, right? Like, this is, yeah, pretty heavy meme. It's not even a removal, right? Like, because they get another minion right after. Maybe they play a 3-mana minion and you hope they roll, like, Doomsayer or something. But yeah, I think this card's just garbage. You don't want it in your deck. Off a random effect, though, it's okay. But yeah, you don't want to put it in your deck. 2-mana 2/2 Jade Claws. Oh, another weapon for Shaman. Battlecry, summon a Jade Golem. Overload 1's kind of nice, though. Buff to Teletrug, though. Hee. But yeah, I mean, this is okay. 2-mana 2/2 weapons, not that great. But the Jade Golem, again, in Jade Golem decks, I'm sure this will be played as a 1 or 2 of. So yeah, I'll give this one the pass. Next up is 4-mana 3/6 Jinyu Water Speaker. Battlecry, restore 6 health, overload 1. No reason to play this over Healbot in Wild. It'll be good in Standard though, but not much more to say about that. 1-mana Finders Keepers. Discover a card with overload, overload 1. This might be okay in Zeus Shaman. Look for more elemental destructions. I haven't actually seen this card yet, so yeah, I mean, you could look for Earth Ellie too if you need a taunt. Kind of interesting, actually. I think this one will be okay. There's a lot of AoE with overload, right? Even like Fork Lightning, for example. So yeah, I think this card will... I'll give it the pass. I'll give it the pass. Yeah. That's interesting. Discover is really awesome too, right? That's another thing to talk about is it's just really fun to discover cards. So I think that people will be testing this a little bit. Next up is Lotus Illusionist. So it's a 4-mana 3/5. After this minion attacks a hero, transform it into a random 6-cost minion. I mean... How good are random 6-cost minions? They actually got nerfed this expansion too, right? Yeah. The 6-cost stat pool got lined. Sorry, the 6-mana minion pool got nerfed with the Hunter card. I mean, we'll see in the neutrals later on. But yeah, I don't think this card's very good. Why play this over Shredder, right? The upside, I guess. But I mean, how often are you going to get it off, right? Not that often. So 5-mana 5/5 White Eyes, the class legendary for Shaman. Death Rattle, shuffle the Storm Guardian into your deck. Okay, so 5-mana 5/5 Death Rattle with taunt. That's good in N'Zoth Shaman decks, so I'll take that. That'll be nice and wild. It'll help you kind of want to gravitate towards that playstyle. Right now, a lot of people are staying away from it just because they find N'Zoth too slow. But with Shredders, Belchers, you know, cards like that, N'Zoth is pretty good in Wild, guys. So I think this card will be played in N'Zoth Shaman for sure. And you got a 10/10 after, right? The Storm Guardian is a 10/10 with taunt. So yeah, I definitely think that this card will make the cut in Wild. I think that it's legitimately good, right? Like, it can contest Belcher and it can contest Lothab for that 5-drop slot. So I'm pretty excited for White Eyes, to play White Eyes, not to have White Eyes played against me. Because I know if my opponent coins White Eyes on 4, they're going to get the Storm Guardian on 5 every time. Maybe that'll bring BGH back in the meta. I get more luck cards now. So Blast Crystal Potion, destroy minion and one of your mana crystals. That's hard removal, but like, what's the point, right? What's the point? Siphon Soul 6 mana, right? Destroying one of your mana crystals is pretty bad, I think. So I think this card's kind of a meme. I don't think it'll see play. Next up, Crystal Weaver, 4 mana 5/4 battle card. Give your demons +1/1. Interesting if you're going for Demon Lock. That could be okay. Yeah, it might not be terrible. Buffs like Imp Gang Boss, Flame Imp, Voidwalker, stuff like that. Could be okay. Looks kind of memey to me though. If it was a 5/5, it'd be good. 5/4, it's decent. But yeah, we'll see how Demon Lock does. Demon Lock's played on Wild, right? Like, it's not done on Standard, because you have whatchamacallit, Mal'Ganis, right? That's the whole reason behind it. But the class legendary should help too. I did check that one out on Twitter. But yeah, Crystal Weaver seems okay. Not that great though. Especially because it's not a demon itself, right? If it was a demon itself, that would help a lot, but it's not. So I'll say it's okay. Next up, Abyssal Enforcer, 7 mana 6/6 battle card, deal 3 damage to all the characters. Really good in Arena Luck. This is a great card. Yeah, I'm happy to give this card, like, you know, just say that it's a really good card. There's not much more to say. A Hellfire with a 6/6 body attached for 7 mana is pretty good. Yeah, I'm happy with it. It's a demon too, which is really relevant as far as pushing the demon lock goes. Yeah, I think it's pretty good. So Abyssal Enforcer gets the pass from me. I think it's a good card. Blood Fury Potion. Give a demon +3 attack. If it's a demon, also give it 3 health. So it's shit if it's not on a demon, but if it's on a demon, it's pretty good. Yeah, it's like a 3/3 with charge for 3, which is pretty decent if that's the way we want to think about it. The downside isn't that great though. You probably want to play with some more aggressive decks, not slower ones. Yeah. Yeah, it's probably not that great then. Yeah, because, you know, if it was 4 mana, you could slam it on Imp Gang Boss, that'd be good. But since it's not, it just doesn't seem that great to me. Yeah, I'm going to say this card's not that good. Next up, Sea Devil Singer, 4 mana, 4/2 battle card. The next Murloc you play this turn costs health instead of mana. That's pretty cool, actually. You can just slam that and then play Old Murkai. Take 4 damage and you'll be good to go. Not bad in a Warlock Murloc deck, though. Give this card a pass just because it could enable the archetype to work a little bit better and make Murlocs a little bit more viable in Wild. You know, in ways other than anything can happen in the super heavy control playstyle. More aggressive Murlocs, I should say. Yeah, it looks pretty cool to me. I'll definitely test this card out. Next up, Fell Fire Potion. 6 mana, deal 5 damage to all characters. Again, decent in arena lock. I don't think hand locks to play this card. Yeah. It's not bad, right? It's kind of like the new priest card, right? But you know, Warlock has the AoE removal, so it's kind of tough to say. They have like Shadow Flame, Demon Wrath. Would this card make the cut though? I mean, maybe we shouldn't think about it this way, but this just gives Reno Lock more options, right, as far as AoE goes. So they have more choice now when building the deck. If you're playing Reno Lock, you can really choose a lot of different options as far as your AoE goes, I think. So I'll give this card the pass just because, I mean, it's good, right? Hellfire is 4 mana, deal 3 damage. 6 mana, deal 5, kind of fits in line with that. But yeah, I think it's okay. It might be a little bit slow against aggressive decks, but yeah, I mean, it could be good. So I'll give this one a pass just because I think that it enables Sabrina Luck to be a little bit better than it already is. It's a really good deck already in Wild, but I mean, it gives you more options, right? More tech cards, I think. 3 mana 5/5 on Licensed Apothecary. Whenever you summon a minion, deal 5 damage to your hero, and it's a demon. So first glance, seems kind of like a meme. If we're playing Curvestone, we play a 1-drop, a 2-drop, then Unlicensed Apothecary, then a 4-drop, then a 5-drop. It's not bad. It kind of goes in line with the Crystal Weaver, right? Because you slam down Unlicensed Apothecary on 3, and then you buff it with Crystal Weaver on 4. So that's actually not a bad combo. It's pretty good actually. So yeah, I'll give this card the pass. I don't think it'll be insane, right? Because the downside is huge, absolutely huge. Like dealing 5 damage to your hero every turn. You know, imagine you played Flame Imp on turn 1 already, right? 28, you get on to 23, 18, etc., etc. Then you want a life tap as well. So I mean, you know, the 5/5 stat line's nice. So I think this card will be okay, just because the stat line is so insane for 3 mana, but I don't think it'll be game breaking. Next, 6 mana 6/6 Cabal Trafficker. At the end of your turn, add a random demon to your hand. That's kind of interesting. I like the random demon to your hand part. That's kind of cool. It is understated though. I wish they would have made this at least a 6/7 to play around Light Bomb a little bit. But yeah, the random demon's pretty cool. You can get like a second Mal'Ganis, for example, which would be sick and Wild. I'll definitely take it. Yeah, so I think this card's okay. Would you want to play this though? In a Reno Demon Lock, probably. In any other type of a Demon Lock, there's going to be better cards in my opinion. Maybe you just need more top end. It's hard to say actually. If it was a demon again, it'd be way better, right? But what can you do? Yeah, so I mean, this is one of those cards. Yeah, it's actually really interesting to think about. I think I don't think it's good enough. I don't think it's good enough. Yeah. Oh, so the Warlock Legendary 9 mana 7/9 Kroll the Unshackled. Battlecry. If your deck has no duplicates, summon all demons from your hand. That is pretty interesting, huh? If your deck has no duplicates, summon all demons from your hand. So they're pushing Reno Demon Lock. So that means that Cabal Trafficker is not terrible. The one thing that gets me about this is it requires you to have demons in your hand, which isn't necessarily that great. You can kind of compare it to N'Zoth, right? But the thing with N'Zoth is one card, and then you got to summon all the cards that you played, right? Which is better than Cruel in my opinion, right? Because you're dumping your hand to play Cruel, and then they could just like twist another and you lose, or you use some sort of AoE and then you lose the game. So, and 9 mana is pretty steep too, right? But on the flip hand, you could play like Mal'Ganis, like double Doomguard in your hand, and then you just drop Cruel, and then you just win the game. So, I mean, well, it's no duplicates, right? It's only one Doomguard. But I guess it's just one of those things, right? You got to see how it ends up working. I think this card has potential and it's interesting to push Demon Lock a little bit, to be a little bit better in Wild. But Demon Lock's not bad at all, right? Like it's a decent archetype right now. So maybe these new cards will help it become a little bit better. And I also like that they're pushing the Highlander or Reno game plan a little bit further. So yeah, I'll give this card a pass too. I don't think it's insane, but just if it was summon all the demons that died this game, I think this card would be sick. Yeah, it'd be really really good, really good. But since this battle cry put them all from your hand, I just don't think it's really that great. But I think that it'll have its upsides for sure. So I'll give it the pass. Okay, warrior cards. So I know a guy. 1 mana, discover a taunt minion. A little bit interesting. There's been a couple more warrior taunts released. So this card's actually not terrible if you're going to go for a bolster deck. And these taunt decks are probably better for new players that can't quite afford control warrior quite yet. So I don't think it's bad. It's just nice tools for new players. But will it be played in wild? No, I don't think so. Yeah, I know a guy's just not that great. So this is one of the new cards that I checked out today. 2 mana, 0/7 taunt, public defender. So this is good with cards that'll buff minions in your hand, of course. But 0/7 with taunt, not too impactful in my opinion. So I don't think this card will be played in wild. Unless you're going full memes with the bolster deck, then it'll be okay. If you hit in that at least. So Grimy Gadgetzan, 4 mana, 4/3 at the end of your turn. Give a random minion in your hand plus 2/2. Yeah, again, this card is just not good enough in wild. Why play this over Shredder, right? There's not really a reason to. The 4-drop slot's pretty oversaturated in aggressive warrior decks because you have Dustbite and you have Shredder, right? So those are 4 cards already that you want to play on 4. So why add this 5th one in the pool and play this crappy 5th card, right? Doesn't make any sense to me. So 2 mana, Stolen Goods. Give a random taunt minion in your hand plus 3/3. So again, that kind of buffs public defender, right? You go coin Stolen Goods into public defender. But again, that's a not too great of a combo that I don't think will come off too often. So I'm gonna say this card's not good enough unless again you're playing bolster warrior, then it'll be okay. There's also Belcher on wild too, which is something to consider as well as far as the taunts go. So it could be okay. I'll try out the bolster warrior deck a little bit for sure. But do I think it'll be good enough? Probably not. Next up, Grimstreet Pawnbroker. Grimestreet Pawnbroker. So 3/3 battlecry, give a random weapon in your hand plus 3/3. I don't know if this will be good enough. It gives it +1, right? A 1/1, right? So the durability is really good. So this might just be good enough in Pirate Warrior. I'm honestly not too sure though. I'll test it out, but I'm just not too sure if it's better than the current deck. If it'll take away any card slots. It's also not a pirate, right? So it's not that great. Next up, Alleyway Armorsmith, 5 mana, 2/7 taunt. Whenever this minion deals damage, gain that much armor. That's a meme. This card is not good. 2 mana, Sleep with the Fishes. It's a spell. Deal 3 damage to all minions. To all damaged minions. Sorry. Deal 3 damage to all damaged minions. Maybe when certain cards rotate, this will be good in Control Warrior. Right now, it doesn't look too good though. That's only for standard, right? In wild, I don't think this card will ever be played. I just think it's bad. Yeah. The damage minions part is really what's tough, right? So I don't think it's very good. Next up, Brass Knuckles, 4 mana, 2/3 weapon. After your hero attacks, give a random minion in your hand plus 1/1. It's not good enough. It's competing with Deathbite, sorry. So yeah, it's just not good enough. Next up, 2 mana, 2/2 Hobart Grapple Hammer. Battlecry, give all weapons in your hand and deck plus 1/1 attack. Pretty insane, huh? Pretty insane, yeah. I'm definitely going to say this card's going to be great. I'll run it in Pirate Warrior for sure. This is one of those cards that I'm confident to say will be good enough if you're playing Pirate Warrior. So yeah, I'm going to give this card a 10 out of 10. No, sorry, like an 8 out of 10. We'll go with 8 out of 10 because, I mean, obviously it does have the downsides of not drawing any weapons, right? And it's only a 2/2 on turn 2, which isn't very good. But it's still something to do, I guess. Yeah. One thing to note is it doesn't buff equipped weapons either. So, like, if you play Nizla's First Mate and then you play Hobart, it won't buff it. It's okay, though. But yeah, definitely say this card's good, and I will play it for sure in Pirate Warrior. 100% of the time. Did I skip anything? Nope. Next up, Grimstreet Smuggler. So, Battlecry, give a random minion in your hand plus 1/1. Not bad. Yeah, I mean, but it's also not good. It's not good. It's never gonna be good enough in wild. I'll tell you guys that much. This is an arena card most likely. Next up, Grimstreet Informant. Battlecry, discover a Hunter Paladin or a Warrior card. Not bad in Reno Paladin. Any other deck, it's not good enough though, in my opinion. Dawn Handshow. Battlecry, give a random minion in your hand plus 5/5, and the stat line is 7 mana, 5/6. So this is okay. Again, it's not insane, right? I don't think it'll be good enough. Myself, you could play it in Paladin, buff Tyrion. I mean, Yeah, I think it's just better for the gang play style, right? I think it's okay just thinking about Tyrion. So again, maybe in Paladin it'll be okay, but I don't think it's very good though. It just, the stat line's pretty bad because it's competing with Doctor Boom, right? You got to think about that. Like, why play this over Doctor Boom, right? His Doctor Boom is an immediate 9/9 on board, which is just insane. This is a 5/6. It takes 2 turns to set up. So next up, Jade Spirit, Battlecry summon a Jade Golem. It's a 4-mana 2/3 and playable in Shaman, Druid, and Rogue. It's good for the Jade Druid and the Jade Golem deck, sorry. So yeah, I think this card I'll see it play. It's not bad. Okay, so Lotus Agents. So 5 mana, 5/3. This works for, or this can be played in Shaman, Druid, and Rogue. And it has a Battlecry, discover a Druid, Rogue, or Shaman card. For 5 mana, this card is a straight up meme in Wild. Again, the Belchers and Lothab argument, right? Like, it's not good enough, right? Like, 5 mana, 5/3 is just a terrible stat line for a Discover card. So yeah, this card won't be played in Wild. Next up, 6 mana, 5/3, Aya Blackpaw. Battlecry and Death Rattle summon a Jade Golem, and it is playable in Shaman, Druid, and Rogue. Kind of interesting, actually. Yeah, if you're going for the Jade Golem route, this is probably pretty good. Again, I am kind of skeptical about Jade Golems just because I don't know if it's going to be able to be good enough in Wild, right? Like, you can just get smoked down really hard. But again, like I said earlier, if you're queuing into a lot of control decks, I think Jade Golems will be really, really good. Otherwise, I think they'll be pretty meh. And the card overall, I think, is good. I like the Battlecry and Death Rattle effect. It's nice. Yeah, kind of a little bit of synergy with N'Zoth there too with the Death Rattle. Kind of funny. And Bran as well with the Battlecry. So a little bit interesting there. Yeah, let's move on. So Cabal Chemist, 4 mana 3/3, add a random potion to your hand. So this card can be played in Mage, Priest, and Warlock. I'm not too sure what the random potions are. So this card could be anywhere from good to complete garbage. But yeah, I honestly have no clue what they are. If it's stuff like the Freezing Potion for 0 mana, it's not going to be that great, right? But yeah, we'll see how this one pans out. This is probably one of the only cards that I don't really know what the effect does. Like, I don't know what kind of potions you can get. So it's kind of tough for me to rate it, but 4 mana 3/3 does not look too great though. But yeah, let's move on. So 3 mana 2/2, Cabal Courier, and it can be played in Mage, Priest, and Warlock. So this card is Battlecry, discover a Mage, Priest, or Warlock card. In the Reno decks, I think this card will make the cut. In any other deck, I don't think it'll be good enough. So in Highlander or Reno lists, I think if you're playing Mage, Priest, or Warlock, Reno lists, this will be good enough. Yeah. I figured this card will be good just because you have more options, right? It kind of recycles itself. It's something proactive to do on 3. So I like the card. I think it'll be interesting to play with. I'll try it out in Reno decks for sure myself. So yeah, I'll give this card a solid 6 out of 10. Kazakus. Okay, so 4 mana 3/3, Battlecry. If your deck has no duplicates, create a custom spell. This is playable in Mage, Priest, and Warlock. So there are over 120 combinations to which spell you can create. But basically, you can pick a 1 mana, a 5 mana, or a 10 mana spell, and then you're going to choose 2 effects, I believe. It could be 3. I may be wrong. To add to the spell, like, deal 3 damage to all minions, and then freeze 2 minions, for example. Or deal 5 damage to 1 minion, freeze 2 minions, some of the effects. But I think the Kazakus is a really interesting card, and I think it'll be a blast to play with. A lot of fun, a lot of trolling clips will come from this card. And yeah, I just think it's a very strong card at all. A very strong card in general. It's nice, especially because of the versatility, right? The custom spell can be 1 mana spell, 5 mana spell, or 10 mana spell. So right away, that's great. Like, if you know if you're going to have to clear the board next turn on turn 5, you can pick a 5 mana spell and then just, go hard and try to look for removal from it, right? But at the same time, if you draw it later on and you want to have just a big swing in the late game, you can straight up just go for the 10 mana. And yeah, just go for, a huge spell that does a lot. It's super impactful. Or on turn 5, if you need like spot removal, you can just go for the 1 mana spell and pick some stuff to do what you need to do, right? Because you do have a lot of options. And again, the way that you do discover, the way that you do pick what you get, it's kind of like discover, right? So there's going to be 3 options that pop up. So do you want a 1 mana, 5 mana, 10 mana spell? So you can pick one of those. And then from there, it'll just give you 3 more options to pick for the first effect. And for the second effect, it'll give you 3 more options to choose from there as well. Hopefully I'm not wrong about that. I believe I'm right. But yeah, I think this card's awesome. I think it's going to be a really fun card to play in Wild. More fun in Standard, but in Wild we're going to have Reno forever, so I think this card's going to be great, and I'm really excited to play with this one. Next up, 1 mana 2/2, Mistress of Mixtures, and the effect is Death Rattle, both restore 4 health to both players. Okay. Yes, this is one of the first cards revealed. I think it could be played in Reno Lock. That's about it. Yeah. I don't think this card's very good, but in Arena Lock, I think it could be played. It's just a matter of fitting it in. And like you have Chow already, like Zombie Chow is just a straight up better version of this player, a better version of this card, sorry. So I just don't think it's good enough. 2 mana, 2/1 Murloc, Blowgill, Sniper, Battlecry, deal 1 damage. Kind of interesting. I think this will be played in Murloc decks, or it could be played in Murloc decks. I'll experiment with it a little bit. It really depends how many minions with 1 health are in the meta, right? As if you can just slam this on 2, deal with your opponent's 1 health minion, and then and get a big tempo lead, you'll be pretty happy. Otherwise, I think this card will be pretty meh. But yeah, it's just kind of fitting it in the right deck, I guess. But it's interesting. I like that they're printing more Murlocs, and I'm happy with the card overall. Next up, Friendly Bartender, 2 mana 2/2. Sorry, 2 mana 2/3. At the end of your turn, restore 1 health to your hero. This card's a meme. It's garbage. 2 mana 2/2. Gadgetzan Solicitates. Battlecry, restore 2 health. This card is also a meme, and it's garbage. 3 mana 3/1. Backstreet Leper. Death Rattle, deal 2 damage to the enemy hero. At 2 mana, this card would be blatantly overpowered. I think it'd be really, really strong. But at 3, it's garbage. It's just too slow, and it's not good enough for aggro decks. It really just isn't. Yeah, it's just straight up bad. So 3 mana 4/3, Hired Gun. Again, more arena cards, right? Like these would never be played in Wild, right? Maybe when you discover it, if you need a card off of like Raven Idol, right? If you're playing Druid, then this will be played. Otherwise, you know, you're never gonna see it, right? Street Trickster, 3 mana 0/7, spell power 1, and it's a demon. Kind of interesting. Why would you need spell power and demon lock though? Maybe there's some synergy that I'm not seeing here, but I don't think this card's very good. 0/7 is an interesting stat line though. Kind of funny to think about. Huh. Yeah, I don't think this card's gonna be good enough. 3 mana 4/3, Toxic Sewer Ooze, Battlecry, remove 1 durability from your opponent's weapon. Why not just play Acidic Swamp Ooze, right? Why do you need, or you could play it in conjunction, I guess, right? Like you could play double Ooze, Harrison Jones, and then 1 Toxic or 2 Toxic Sewer Ooze to just completely dumpster the weapon classes, but I don't think it'll be worth it. I don't think this card's very good because Ooze is just better, right? Remove 1 durability or destroy the weapon, right? Like, take your pick. I think destroying the weapon's a little bit better. Next up, Daring Reporter, 4 mana 3/3. Whenever your opponent draws a card, gain +1/1. That's kind of interesting. I actually don't mind that. Yeah, it's really not that bad at all. I think that's kind of cool. Maybe you can meme with mill decks, but for 4 mana, it's not good enough. So I mean, this card won't be played at all in Wild. Kind of a nice meme though, and I like the style of the card, the Daring Reporter. Then make them draw cards. I think that's kind of interesting. But yeah, it's not good enough in my opinion. Next up, Hosen Healer, 4 mana 2/6, Battlecry, restore minion to full health. So it's not actually that good of an effect, but what I see this being comboed with is Embrace the Shadows or Akanai. You can use that and use Hosen Healer as just destroy a minion, right? With the Battlecry. But again, that's 8 mana, right? With Akanai, or 6 with Embrace the Shadows. So in Wild, I just don't think this card is gonna be good enough. Maybe if it was restore a character to full health, you could full heal your character would be really good, but since you can't, I just don't think it's very good. Yeah, it's not impactful enough. Next up, Cookie Chemist, 4 mana 4/4, Battlecry, swap the attack and health of a minion. Nice arena card, my man. Curry's Alchemist is almost never played, so why would Cookie Chemist ever be played? It's worse, right? Contest Shredder on turn 4, so yeah, this card's a meme. Next up, this one's kind of interesting actually. 4 mana 5/4, Naga Corsair, and it's a pirate. Battlecry, give your weapon +1 attack. So this is one of those cards that I'm interested in trying out as a one of in Pirate Warrior or Pirate Rogue as well, just to see if it actually does anything. I figure that turn 4 you really just want to be going base, so it kind of fits the game plan with the weapon buff, but I don't really know if you need the stats, right? It also contests Despite on 4 as well because you don't really have a weapon to play on turn 3, so it's a little bit awkward. But yeah, I think the 5/4 stat line's nice, so I think that I'll test it out a little bit. But I'm not too confident with this card. I'm not going to go to my way and say that it's really, really good. I think that it could be okay in Wild, just because you can play so much faster, right, with all the weapons and stuff. So yeah, I'll say this card's okay, and I'll test it out for sure. Next up, Tenaris Hog Chopper, Battlecry. If your opponent's hand is empty, gain charge, and it's a 4 mana 4/4. This card's a meme. Never be played in Wild. 4 mana 6/3, Worgen Greaser, an arena card. It's not a Wild card ever. 5 mana 3/5, Grookfu Master with Wind Fury. Again, an arena card. It's not going to be played in Wild. 5 mana 2/6, Red Mana Worm. Oh, it's kind of cool. I like the art's actually really nice on that card. That's actually beautiful. But the actual card itself and the effect, is whenever you cast a spell, gain +2 attack. It's not good at all. It's garbage. Maybe, yeah, with 5 mana, it's too bad. Yeah. 5 mana 4/6, Streetwise Investigator, Battlecry, enemy minions lose stealth. Nice tech card. So this can be played against a rogue, I guess, because they're kind of pushing stealth rogue, right? 4/6 isn't the worst stat line, but I don't think it's good enough. It won't be played in wild at all. 6 mana 3/8 Ancient of Blossoms. It's a 3/8 with taunt. Interesting. It's again an arena card. You can play it in priest, buff it up for the divine spirit shenanigans, but it's a little bit slow for that. So yeah, again, I think this card's a meme. It'll be played in arena. It's not good enough for wild or center constructed. Okay, so big time racketeer. This is what I meant. The nerf to summon a random 6 mana minion. It's a nerf to Moonglade Portal and one of the other cards we talked about earlier. So this is just it's just bad, right? I mean, this card isn't. I guess I shouldn't say it's just bad, right? It's a 7/7 for 6. But yeah, it's like the reason this card's printed is you know, it has kind of cool flavor, right? You get the ogre after big time racketeer, and then the cool design of the card. But it's just a nerf to Moonglade Portal, really. So it's a 1/1 battlecry summon a 6/6 ogre. So 6 mana 7/7. Take a look at the ogre here, the little friend. Kind of funny, but yeah, this card's not gonna be good enough in constructed. So yeah, it won't see play. It's not good enough in wild. Small time Buccaneer. This is the other pirate card though. This one is pretty cool. So it's 1 mana 1/2. It's a pirate. Has +2 attack when you have a weapon equipped. So you go double small time Buccaneer, and then you play 1 small time Buccaneer, you coin another one, then you play 1 accent 2, and then you have your double Cogmasters. It's pretty good. I am very interested in playing with this card, and I think it'll be great. Yeah. Yeah, I'm really excited for it. I feel super giddy. I feel like a little girl, you know. I'm so excited for this card. It's gonna be so much fun to smork with. 3/2s for 1 mana are great, even though the condition's kind of hard to meet. You're playing Pirate Warrior, man. Like, you've got 8 weapons in your deck minimum, and yeah, I think this card will be awesome. I'm so happy for it. Oh, yeah, it'll be a great card, I'm sure. Especially with the pirate too. The pirate. So I mean, ship's cannon will be great as well with it. Next up is 4 mana 4/4 backroom bouncer. Whenever a friendly minion dies, gain +1 attack. Nice flesh-eating ghoul. Sorry. Yeah, this card's not good. It'll see play in arena a little bit, but it's not good enough for wild. 5 mana 2/2 bomb squad battlecry. Deal 5 damage to an enemy minion. Death rattle. Deal 5 damage to a hero. This card is horrible. Yeah, it's horrible. Why not just play bomb lover? Doppelgangster. This is one that I'm not too sure about in wild, right? Because we have all these class cards that actually buff your hand and buff the minions in your hand, but I'm not too sure if this card will be good enough in wild. Yeah, I'm really not too sure. I think this card has potential, but you have to build your deck around it and get kind of lucky with the random hits as far as the minion goes. But you know, it's battlecry summon 2 copies of this minion. So say you buff it up even by just 2 attack, 2 health, right? So then, you know, it's 5 mana, summon 12 worth of stats, right? You summon 3 4/4s, which is pretty good. But a 5 mana 6/6 isn't even that bad in itself. So I think this one has a lot of potential, but we just really have to see how it pans out, right? We have to see if anyone can come up with a deck. I'm not too interested in trying to theorycraft and create this archetype myself and try and make it work. But you know, if someone else does and they make a decent deck with double gangster for wild, I'll definitely test it out. I think this card will be really good in center though. I think it'll help all these buff from hand cards. Kind of interesting though. So yeah, I'll give this card the pass. Next up, second rate bruiser. 5 mana 4/5. Taunt costs 2 less if your opponent has at least 3 minions. This card's garbage. Yeah, it's not good enough ever in wild. Ever. 5 mana 5/5 spiked hog rider, sorry. Spiked hog rider. Battlecry if your enemy has if an enemy minion has taunt, gain charge. That was probably the toughest card to pronounce. And I guess that's what you get for going for about an hour and 15 minutes talking straight up into a camera. But yeah, I don't think this is bad. It's a nice tech card against Sludge Belcher, but it's also not good at the same time. In certain pockets of the meta, you could counter key with this card if you know your opponent plays Belcher and run it, but otherwise it's just not very good. Also, if Bolster Warrior becomes a thing, this card will be good to counter that. Kind of funny. Yeah, not very good though. Next, 1 mana 1/1 Weasel Tunneler. Death Rattle. Shuffle this minion into your opponent's deck, and it's a beast. Nice meme. Yeah, this card's garbage. That's kind of funny though. Yeah, it's kind of really funny. I mean, it goes back infinitely, right? Yeah, it goes back infinitely. That's kind of funny. But yeah, this card sucks. I'd never want to put this in my deck. Next up, 2 mana 2/6 Dirty Rat. Taunt battlecry. Your opponent summons a random minion from their hand. I mean, this card is kind of it's just bad, I think. You could say, oh, but what if you pull in the Zoth, right? Like, that's so good. I mean, it's still them getting in his Zoth on turn 2, even if they are a heavy control deck. I think the downside's too high, right? Deathlord, the nice thing about it is it's not a battle cry, it's a death rattle, and it has taunt, right? And so it's kind of similar to this, but Dirty Rat will probably be good against hyper aggressive decks if you roll high and make them get a 1-drop. Otherwise, I don't think it's that good. You could say you script combo decks too, but I mean maybe it'll be good against Patron. You pull this out and you pull out a Patron, you can kill it. But I don't know. I figure why not just play Deathlord, right? Like honestly, why not just play Deathlord? So I don't think this card's that great. So 3-mana 1/1 Blubbler Baron. Whenever you summon a Battlecry minion while this is in your hand, gain +1/1. So it's kind of like I want to say Baron Ravendare. I'm not too sure if that's the real name of the card though. One of the Paladin legendaries. It's a 4-mana 1/7 gain +1 attack whenever a minion dies in your hand. I don't think this card will ever be good enough though. It's a little bit too slow, and you don't really want cards to sit in your hand too long in Hearthstone, right? When you draw a card, you want it to be playable. You want it to actually do something. So I think this card is a nice meme, but I think it's just bad. Next up, 3-mana 3/7 Fell Orc Soulfiend. At the start of your turn, deal 2 damage to this minion. I honestly don't even think this is good enough in Priest. Yeah, it's not even good enough in Priest. I think this card's kind of a meme. It's because like why not just play Blade Master, right? It's really the deal 2 damage to this minion that kind of sucks because you know it's a 3-mana 3/5 the next turn, but it just gets worse and worse. So I really don't find value in this card. I don't think that it's good enough, but I could be wrong. But from a wild perspective, I really just don't think this is great at all. Next up, Burgly Bully, 5-mana 4/6. Whenever your opponent casts a spell, add a coin to your hand. That's actually kind of interesting. Yeah, that's actually kind of interesting. Maybe in like Reno Mage you play this, or like some sort of a mage deck with Antonidas, or you just play this in Rogue. It's probably too bad for Rogue though. You'd want to just play Drake instead, especially with the counterfeit coin and Tomb Pillager, right? You're getting the coins anyways. But this is kind of interesting. It wouldn't be bad as a discovered minion, I guess sometimes. But would you want to put it in your deck? Probably not. There could be scenarios where this is good though. Again with the Gadgetzan and whatchamacallit. I'm blanking. Archmage Antonidas or my boy Tony. So I think this card has potential, but it's not very good. Next up, 6-mana 5/7 Defias Cleaner. Battlecry Silence a minion with Death Rattle. Wow, what a nice answer to Savannah Highmane. That's the first thing that comes up to my mind. But yeah, I don't think it'll be good enough though. I mean, in Wild, Silence is kind of needed, so maybe this will be a good card in Reno decks, right? Like nice tech against Highmane and Belcher, but yeah, maybe actually if you're gonna go think about it like that, yeah, it could actually be okay. That's not terrible, right? It's really not the worst card in the entire world. Yeah, I mean, I'll give this one the pass. Yeah, we'll give it the pass. Yeah, I think this card could be okay in Arena deck. But a little bit too optimistic, maybe. Next is 6-mana 4/4 Fight Promoter. Battlecry, if you control a minion with 6 or more health, draw 2 cards. That's kind of interesting, but a little bit too conditional in my opinion. Yeah, and the stat line's shit too. If it was like a 6/6, I think it could see play. But it's not good in my opinion right now. Because on turn 5, what do you have that has 6 or more health, right? Like the meta minions in Wild are going to have 5 health or below up until turn 6, so it's just not good enough. 6-mana 6/6 Leatherclad Hog Leader. Battlecry, if your opponent has 6 or more cards in hand, gain charge. Again, this could be an aggro tech card if you're in a control meta. This could be actually an okay card and not bad at all. A nice finisher. But, you know, if it doesn't hit, it's terrible, right? So I think this will be one of those cards where you run 2 decks, one without Leatherclad Hog Leader in it and one with Leatherclad Hog Leader. You play the one without the Hog Leader when you're queuing into mid-range or, you know, just aggro decks. And then against control/combo decks, you queue up the deck with Hog Leader. So I think it's interesting. I may try it out a little bit, depending on how slow the meta is in Wild or after the expansion, right? But I think it's interesting. It's a cool design, I think. Again, with the rest of the Hog Leader cards, I think it's cool. I'll give the pass compared to the other ones. The other ones don't really get a pass. This one kind of gets a pass because it could be good in like Face Hunter, for example. Next up, Wind Up Burglebot, 5-mana 5/5 mech. Sorry, 6-mana 5/5 mech. Whenever this attacks a minion and survives, draw a card. This card's complete garbage. This is absolutely terrible. Patches, yes, this is probably my favorite card of the entire expansion still. So it's a 1-mana 1/1, Patches a pirate, charge after you play pirate, summon this minion from your deck, and it's a pirate as well. This is just super insane. There's actually a combo you can do with Rogue with Gang Up and Double Ships Cannon, where you can push like 26 damage in one turn, I think. You gang up Patches again, and then you go Double Ships Cannon, and then you play a pirate on turn 5 or 6, something like that. But basically, you can do some sick combo like that. But even in just like a regular Pirate Warrior deck, like Pirate Warrior or Pirate Rogue, just getting the 1/1 out on turn 1 or 2 when you play a Pirate is really insane, right? It's just another way to interact with your opponent's board and have a way to deal with whatever they play. So I think this is just really good. It also thins out your deck too, which is pretty relevant. So yeah, I mean, I think Patches is good. And, you know, the odd time you get it in your opening hand after you hard maul, it's not really the end of the world, right? It's still 1 mana, 1/1 charge. You can just hold on to it to use the Tinkers if you're playing Rogue. Or just hold on to it to do something with it, Warrior. Yeah, I'm trying to think of something. But yeah, it's a good card. I'm really happy to play with it. And I think this card is going to be awesome in Pyre decks. Next up is Auction Master Beardo. It's a 3 mana 3/4 after you cast a spell. Refresh your hero power. Card's a meme. I'm going to be disappointed if I open up this legendary. Next up, 3 mana 1/1 Sergeant Sally. Death Rattle. Deal damage equal to this minion's attack to all minions. Kind of interesting, actually. To all enemy minions. That's the big thing there, right? That's really the big thing. So you could just slam this on 3 and answer Muster for battle. I actually think Sergeant Sally is not bad at all. If it was all minions, I think Sergeant Sally would be a bad card. But you can actually just play this on curve. Yeah, it's really not that bad. Play it with like PO and Warlock. Just 4 mana, deal 5 damage, everything. Sergeant Sally PO, and then just clear the board. I actually think this card has potential though, no joke. It's yeah, it's actually really good. It's AoE that doesn't affect your board. And I mean, if you're playing a flood deck, it's decent. Because you can just like buff it up with like Dire File for abusive and then just straight up. Maybe that's being too optimistic though. But because it is a 1/1, right? It dies to anything. But the 1 damage AoE is pretty relevant in a wild, I'd say. Just because, you know, Haunted Creepers, stuff like that, right? Haunted Creeper, Muster for battle. The list goes on and on. So yeah, I actually think that card's not bad at all. It's not like a standout great card. It does require you to play around the card and work with it. But I think it's interesting and it could work. So I'll give it a pass. Next up, Genzo the Shark. 4 mana 5/4. Whenever this attacks, both players draw until they have 3 cards. That's interesting. I think that's like a worse Jeeves though. Why play this over Jeeves in Wild? Yeah, what's the reason you play this over Jeeves? Because Jeeves happens at the end of the turn, right? Yeah, I mean the stat line, right? That would be the argument. It's the same mana, but the 5 attack over the 1 attack of Jeeves. But it has to attack, right? Your opponent's going into turn 4 or 5 after you play this. I mean, it's pretty likely they remove it. So I think I'm going to say this card's not good enough. Yeah, I'm just going to straight up say this card's not good enough. Yep. Jeeves is just better in Wild. Next up, 5 mana 2/4 Finge of the Defying Slayer. Stealth. Whenever this minion attacks and kills a minion, summon 2 Murlocs from your deck and it's a Murloc. So this will be interesting in Flood Murloc decks. You know, some of the archetypes I'm interested in exploring, like Paladin and Shaman. Even Warlock a little bit. I think I'll try and play Finja if I open up Finja. Just to see how it ends up panning out. Because you can pull like War Leaders and stuff. Any Murlocs are pretty good, I think, though. So I think this card gets a pass, but it's not very good, though. 5 mana 2/4 is garbage, actually. Really good effect, though. So, I mean, if you can play a War Leader with it, trade up into something bigger, I think it'll be really good. But by itself, it's not very good. We'll see how it works. I'm excited for it. Next up is Madame Goya, 6 mana 4/3 battlecry. Choose a friendly minion, swap it with a minion in your deck. So this card is basically printed to give Trollden a job. So I mean, you know, you can get some cool effects to come off, but I think it's just a shittier Barnes, right? That's just not as good because the stat line's terrible for 6 mana and the effect is not guaranteed. So yeah, I don't like it too much. I don't think the card will be very good, but it'll be funny in Trollden videos. Next up, 6 mana 4/5 Wrathion, taunt battlecry, draw cards until you draw one that isn't a dragon. Interesting. So it might just be draw 1 in most cases. If you're running a dragon deck, it could be draw 2. Draw 2 is not bad. 6 mana 4/5 draw 2 is really good, actually. Yeah, I mean, if you're running a heavy minion based dragon deck, this would be good. That's about the only case that'll be good. Otherwise, this card will be garbage. Yeah, I mean, not much more to say about that. So if you're running a heavily dragon based, like Dragon Priest deck, for example, could be pretty good. Even just drawing 1 with the potential to draw 2 is pretty good. It's kind of like gambling, though. I don't mind it, though. I think the card's good. In the right deck, at least. Okay, so 9 mana, 5/4, Mayor Noggin Fogger. All targets are chosen randomly. Nice meme, man. Holy. Again, one of those trash legendaries that Blizzard just prints for fun. I don't like it when I open the cards like this, though. I get kind of disappointed. But yeah, this card is never going to be... It's never going to be played in Wild. And the Storm Guardian, okay. So that's actually it, huh? So Storm Guardian is what you get from the 5 mana Shaman Legendary. 5 mana 5/5 Death Rattle Taunt. This is what gets shuffled into your deck. 5 mana 10/10 Taunt. Seems pretty good. Hi guys, so if you enjoyed the review, I know it was pretty long. I just decided to fit it all in one video, just get the talking points done with so I didn't have to chop it up just for simplicity for myself. But yeah, I appreciate you guys tuning in and watching the video a lot. Thank you very much. Let me know what you think about any of my analysis in the comments. If I got anything wrong, and you think I got anything wrong, let me know. But again, this was from a wild perspective, so I wasn't really thinking about standard or arena too much. Just talking about the cards that I think will impact wild a little bit. So thank you for watching. If you guys liked me, like to see what you got here, feel free to sub to me on YouTube. Feel free to come over to my Twitch channel, follow me, hang out with me while I'm live. You can ask me questions there, say what's up. And also follow me on Twitter to know when I'm live, stay in the loop. It'll let you know whenever I go live on Twitch, whenever I post videos on YouTube, etc., etc. Any of my thoughts on Hearthstone related things or just random things throughout the day. But yeah, I appreciate that a lot. If you guys liked my style of going through things, feel free to check out some of my guys on Good Gaming and FadeToKarma.com. Links will be in the description to everything I've talked about as far as YouTube. I mean, well, you're here on YouTube already. But the Twitch and Twitter account, links will be there, and to some good gaming videos and Fade to Karma. So thanks for checking me out, guys. Appreciate that a lot. Again, sorry it's a little bit long. I didn't really want to split it up, though. So yeah, thanks for checking me out, guys, and hopefully you enjoyed the review. Until next expansion or adventure, peace out.